Good afternoon, students. So, I'm going to utilize the time during lockdown. I'm going to solve the questions of the sets which are given in 30 days SE practice because the SE exam of 2076 is postponed till next notice. So, how many types of questions are asked in SE? Mainly 4 types of questions: 1 mark question, 2 marks question, 3 marks question and 4 marks question. 1 marks 15 questions, 15 marks, 2 marks 13 questions, 26 marks, 3 marks 6 questions, 18 marks and 4 marks 4 questions, 16 marks. So altogether 75 marks. So science is a subject in which we can deserve 75 out of 75 because it is a fact. If you write the exact facts, then you will deserve 100% marks and 25 marks will be given from practical. So today we are going to do first question number 1, very short answer questions. In very short answer questions, either one word or one sentence will be written. So sometimes they may ask you to write 2 also. So what is the first question? First question is, define acceleration due to gravity. Define acceleration due to gravity. So what is the answer? So acceleration due to gravity is acceleration due to gravity is defined as the acceleration produced on a freely falling body. Acceleration due to gravity is defined as the acceleration produced on a freely falling body due to force of gravity. So, it is denoted by small g. It is denoted by small g. Its SI unit is meter per second square. So, if there is any heavenly body, suppose there is Earth, an object is falling down. So, automatically, what is produced on this object? Small g, whose value is 9.8 meter per second square. It means when it falls down, its velocity changes at the rate of 9.8 meter per second in every second. So sometimes question can be asked, what is meant by the acceleration due to gravity of a body is 9.8 meter per second square? It means if a body is dropped from a certain height in a heavenly body, then its velocity changes at the rate of 9.8 meter per second in every second. It means at first its velocity is 0, then later on it will be 9.8 meter per second. After 1 minute, after 1 second, then it will be 19.6 meter per second. After 2 seconds, then next second it will be 6 3s are 8, 9 3s are 24, 9 are 27, 28.4 meter per second. After 1 second, after 2 seconds, after 3 seconds. In that way, the velocity of a body changes in acceleration due to gravity. Okay, what does question number 2 say? Question number 2 says, state Pascal's law. That is 1b. State Pascal's law. So what is the answer? So very simple definition is there, or statement is there. So Pascal's law states that liquids transmit pressure equally in all directions. Very simple. Blaise Pascal, a French mathematician, propounded a law in liquid pressure, and he summarized it as liquids transmit pressure equally in all directions. Number 1c. What does the question say? Define positron. Define positron. So what is positron? So the answer is the isotope of hydrogen, with atomic number 1 is called positron. Isotope of hydrogen with atomic number 1 is called positron. So what is isotope? Isotope means atoms of same element with different atomic weight. The isotope of hydrogen with atomic weight we can write, not number. Atomic weight. Because the atomic number of hydrogen is 1 only, right? So what is the symbol for positron? Symbol for positron is H1. Simply we can write 1H1. But if it is written 1H2, it is heavy hydrogen or deuterium. Now question arises, what is the difference between positron and heavy hydrogen? This is positron. Positron has no neutron. It has no neutron. But heavy hydrogen has 1 neutron. And number of protons and number of electrons are 1. Okay, that is positron. We have gone up to 1b. Now let's discuss. No, 1c also discuss. Now 1d. What does 1d say? 1d says, what is meant by 1 joule heat? 1d. What is meant by 1 joule heat? Here we have to know answer. 1 joule. What is the definition of 1 joule? 1 joule means 1. We know the formula, Q equals to ms dt. 1 Q equals to 1 ms dt. This is heat equation. 1 joule mass 1 kg, S 1 joule per kg per degree centigrade and 1 degree centigrade. Simply you just keep in mind these things. 1 joule is equals to what is given? 1 kg, 1 joule per kg per degree centigrade and 1 degree centigrade. They multiply. So 1 joule is defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of unit mass to 1 degree centigrade, whose specific heat capacity is 1 joule per kg per degree centigrade. Yes, 1 joule. Here is 1 kg, 1 joule per kg per degree centigrade, and 1 degree centigrade. In this way, we have to define. Okay, this is 1 joule heat. 1E. What is 1E? The power of convex lens is positive. Why? What is the question? The power of convex lens is positive. Why? Answer. So the power of convex lens is positive because it has positive focal length. The power of convex lens is positive. Why? The power of convex lens is positive because it has positive focal length. Positive focal length means, suppose if this is convex lens, this is principal axis, optical center, focal principal focus. So here is the focal length, this side, and the rays of light will go from this side also. In such cases, its f is positive because focal length lies in both sides of the lens, that is positive. But in case of concave, the focal length lies in positive side, no negative side, because the parallel rays of light do not pass through it. So its focal length is negative, and the power of lens P equals to, what is the formula? 1 by f. So if f is plus, it is also plus. If f is minus, it is also minus. So power of convex lens is positive, power of concave lens is negative. We have to keep in mind. So the persons who are suffering from myopia, they use concave lens whose power is negative, and hypermetropia, they use the lens whose power is positive. Number F. What is the question? Define subcell. Define subcell. So subcell means here we have to remember S, P, D, F. What are subcells? Answer. The regions in the orbit or cell where there is probability of finding more electrons is called the region. Simply we can write the region in the orbit or cell where there is probability of finding more electrons is called subcell. I have already marked there are how many subcells? 4 subcells: S, P, D, F. And we know the capacity of S is 2, P is 6, D is 10, F is 14. In F subcell we can keep 2 electrons, P 6, D 10, F 14. These are subcells. So on the basis of subcell, we can give electronic configuration of electrons too. Number G. What does the question number G say? What is the rate of chemical reaction? What is the rate of chemical reaction? So the rate of chemical reaction is defined as the change in concentration of reactants. The rate of chemical reaction is defined as the change in concentration of reactants in unit time. In a particular time, how fast the concentration of reactant changes, it is called rate of chemical reaction. Question number 1H. Write definition of strong acid. Write definition of strong acid. So how to define strong acid? The answer: strong means which gives more hydrogen ions or whose pH value is very low, right? So strong acid is defined as the acid which gives higher concentration of hydrogen ions, hydrogen H plus ions in aqueous solution. It means it ionizes very fast. Example of strong acids are HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, etc. So that is strong acid. Up to number H we have completed. Now we will be discussing some more. These are very short question answers that are asked in SEE examination. So number I, what is saturated hydrocarbon? What is saturated hydrocarbon? Saturated. What is the answer? Do you know the answer? Very simple answer. The hydrocarbon in which carbon atoms are linked by single covalent bond are called saturated hydrocarbons. Example, I will give the structural formula CC. Do you know what is this? I marked here C and single covalent bonds H. This is ethane. So two carbon atoms, they are linked by single covalent bond. Saturated hydrocarbon. Number J. Define apiculture. Define apiculture. So what is the answer? Api means bees, right? The scientific rearing of honeybees is called apiculture. Scientific rearing of honeybees is called apiculture. Now question number K. K is write full form of DNA. Write full form of DNA. DNA. So what is the answer? So DNA. So very simple. Deoxyribo nucleic acid. Deoxyribo nucleic acid. DNA. Right? That is the to next one. We are discussing very short question answers of science which are asked in SCE. So these are the models for you. So students, you have to practice such type of questions to deserve GPA 4. Number L, write a function of plasma. Write a function of plasma. What is the function of plasma? So you must know that the blood contains two parts. One is plasma and blood corpuscles. So the fluid in which the blood cells are found floated is called plasma. And the functions of plasma are, or function means the function of plasma is to transport the various substances throughout the body. Many substances like hormones, digestive food, or carbohydrate, oxygen, they are transported, or water, from one part to another by the help of plasma. M. What is gamete? What is gamete? What is gamete? You know that ovum and sperm, these are the gametes. So the sex cells which are responsible for sexual reproduction. The sex cells which are responsible for sexual reproduction are called gametes. So here we can say this is the symbol for sperm and this is the symbol for ovum, or we can say egg cell, sperm and ovum. And now question number N. Now we do have two more questions for very short questions which are asked in SE. Number N is, what is industrial gas? What is industrial gas? So answer. Industrial, very easy. From industry, gas is gas. The gas that is emitted from the industries as a byproduct, the gas that is emitted from the industries as a byproduct is called industrial gas. For example, SO2, sulfur dioxide, NO2, nitrogen dioxide, NO, nitric oxide, CO2, carbon dioxide. These are industrial gases. Number O. What is fringe region? What is fringe region? Students, so you have studied about the layers of atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, exosphere, and mesosphere, afterwards thermosphere and exosphere. So the uppermost layer of atmosphere is called exosphere, where there is presence of very less amount of air. So the layer of atmosphere which contains very less air is called fringe region. Though its height is very high, but the availability of air is very less. Students, so today what have we discussed? We have discussed very short questions of science which are asked in SE. So I hope you might have got some techniques how to solve it, and you can practice such many more questions. And if you have got any doubt, you can write to me in this email. What is my email? Email is isshwor857 isshwor857 @gmail.com. So I'll try to solve your problems. So see you next day. Thank you.